I don't know. Is it? Okay. I think we fixed the autofocus problem. Um, because of how we're shooting this, but I don't know it looks okay. I rotate it. Alright. Is it? Let's pull out. I like that better than zooming in. I like having this yeah. Take two of a video where I was just talking about not demanding perfection. Not that the last one was bad by any means. I just think we could do less yapping, less rambling, and straight to the point. I was like 14 minutes into the recording and I wasn't where I wanted to be at that time. All right. Welcome y'all to the channel. If you're new, I'm Owen. I do everything on here. And if you're returning, what's up? I promise this is not going to be the only time you see me this year. I know usually I pop in once or twice a year and then I'm gone with the wind. But this year I think we'll do things differently. Because I think I'm finally in a comfortable enough place with my skills in front of the camera, behind the camera, in the editing bay, that I am confident enough to be able to produce something that isn't necessarily my favorite video of all time, but is going to be good enough for me to feel good enough to put it out on the internet for people to see. One of the main problems I have with uploading consistently onto the channel is that for a long time I had this mindset that every video that I put out had to be the best video I've ever touched. It had to either be the best edited video, I had to be the best shot video, the best composition for the video. And I think that mindset, no, not I think, I know that mindset I wasn't really right for me. When I first started 6-7 years ago uploading on this channel, and a lot of those videos are still up. I don't know for how long they're gonna be up. I do plan on archiving those. When you look back at those videos from 6-7 years ago, the mindset then was quantity over quality. And I still feel like at times that was right for when I was starting, to just get things out and out and out and out, and it didn't really matter how great it looked or how well I sounded or how well rehearsed my script was. Most of the time I didn't have a script. I don't have a script this time. A lot of my videos are freeballing, but yeah, but I feel like quality wasn't the goal there. It was just getting as many out as possible. And then as I got more into it the past 3-4 years, it's been about quality over quantity. I've always felt like the next video had to be the best video I've ever touched, or I can't upload it, or I'm not happy with the progress. I think if you look at my videos from the past year, you'll see that between the first upload of that year to even the second or third upload of that year, there's maybe not drastic, but there's a good leap in quality in how I shoot my videos. And I felt like there was constantly that step up in making those. And for a time, I plateaued. I didn't get better in any aspect, in my opinion, at what I was shooting. So I just felt like there wasn't no need to post a video. Everybody has already seen what I could do. And until I got better, there was just no need. And I feel like that wasn't the right mindset to have. No, while quality is essential to everything, I think just being able to just throw something against the wall, whether I like it and I want to frame it and put it on the refrigerator, or if I secretly just want to push it underneath the rug and never talk about it again. I feel like uploading something in general is better than nothing. And it took me a while to get to that consensus, because I feel like I always wanted to strive for perfection in what I did. I know in my head when I go into videos the vision that I have for it, and a lot of times it wouldn't touch that vision. And after watching a lot of people talk about their creative process and learning from watching and listening to other people do their thing, looking at my creative process, I feel like perfect is an unachievable goal in most aspects of life, and definitely in creativity. I feel like perfect doesn't exist. So instead of striving for everything to be perfect, I'm deciding to just throw stuff at the wall, and no matter what happens or how good it is or how proud I am of it, I'm just gonna see what I can do the next time to make myself more proud of it. Basically, in a long-winded way of saying that I'm no longer striving for perfection in my videos, and which means there's probably going to be a whole lot more videos. I mean, last year in 2023, I uploaded 2 videos the entire year. 2022, I uploaded 5. I had 7 videos in 2 years, and while I was proud of the videos that I released at the time that I released them, I look back at them now and I think they're all terrible. So, it's definitely, perfection is definitely something that in my head is always changing. And instead of following and chasing this unachievable thing of perfection, like I said, I'm just gonna start seeing and doing things that I think are fun. It doesn't mean I'm just gonna go out and point and shoot and film whatever and anything and watch paint dry and call it content. I'm definitely still gonna be focusing on composition and how the script for the video was written and how I'm shooting it and all that other stuff. So don't worry, I'm not going back to old me where I just turned on the camera. It was what it was, one take, all of that. But there is going to be probably a higher uptake of videos, and starting with some projects that I'm very excited to start working on in this next year. For those who don't know, I am a junior in high school. Well, now I have finished. Thank you. Round of applause. And I'm entering my senior year of high school. Something that seemed so far along the road has snuck up on me, and I'm now in my final year of high school with my friends, and it's been an experience learning, figuring myself out, and I still don't exactly know who I am as a whole, but I got time for that. But yeah, as I'm going into my senior year of high school, I wanted to do something, and I've had this since I was a freshman. I wanted to do something that documented my growth as not only a person, but as a filmmaker, as a creative mind, in my senior year as I move on to a different chapter of life. And this past week, I've settled on what that would be. And I'm thinking of doing like a docu-series, kind of just going throughout my senior year, thinking back on, I don't know, things that happened while I was in high school that kind of shaped who I am, and looking at some of the projects I've released while I was in high school and how they've gotten better or maybe stayed the same. But yeah, I'm very interested to go through that project and watch that project grow starting from August of this year to May. And yeah, I'm thinking of doing like 8 episodes coming out every like couple of months or so. Just kind of really no direction with how I want it to turn out. It's gonna be one of those point and shoots, and I'm just gonna throw stuff at the wall, and hopefully it's gonna come together like a fifth of what I envision it to be. But I feel like it's gonna be a very go with the flow process, and I think that's I think that's what I want with it, to have this documentary not be perfect. I think that's the theme for it. It's not to be perfect. I want it to be messy. I want it to be weird. I want it to be I want it to not have a goal at times and have a goal at times. I want it to feel like I've written out the perfect senior year and I've recorded it meticulously. And at other times, I want it to feel like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just grabbing his camera and filming. So, I feel like that's gonna be exciting project to take on this following year. And don't worry, unlike many of my other projects I've started and never picked up again, this is something I'm really, really gonna try to stick to and hopefully achieve that goal of sticking to. And along with that series, as like I said, that's gonna be coming out 8 episodes from August to May. So that's like an episode a month, an episode every 2 months. I'm not the greatest at math. But while that's going on, I also have another series that I've been thinking of for a while now, and I'm in the final parts of really thinking about what I want it to be. Take what you want from the series type of vibe. I feel like a lot of times in mainstream media, you're told how to feel about a certain subject. In superhero movies, you're supposed to cheer for the good guy and boo the bad guys, and you're supposed to feel sad when the protagonist is sad and all that other stuff. But I feel like in this one, I don't want you to be anything. I want you to feel what you feel. Be sad when you're sad. Be mad when you're mad. When I'm sad and you're happy, that works out too. The idea behind the series is taking a color, something you see in everyday life, and what does that color make you feel? That is going to be 4 episodes. Don't know how that's coming out. I just know that's something I'm definitely going to do as well. And then there's other things and random videos in there in between for this next year. Trying not to be perfect, but to strive to be good enough. And speaking of good enough, I hope this video is good enough, because the focus keeps pulling in and out and in and out. It's ridiculous. I don't know if you can even see me right now, but that's what I get for choosing the aesthetic of nighttime. I don't know if you can tell. I started shooting in manual, something I've been entirely afraid of the whole time I've had this Canon 80D. I don't remember what year I unboxed it. You'll probably see the video. That was actually a very good video. I would recommend you go watch it. But yeah, I've always been afraid to shoot in manual because manual has it's so much reflection on you as what you're doing behind the camera. And I finally said it's time to pull the trigger and shoot in manual and see how my white balance work is, see how I shoot and stuff like that. I'm shooting in 24 frames per second this video. Trying for something a little bit cinematic, maybe, sort of, kind of. We'll see. I'm kind of just sitting here talking, which is my most boring and hated type of video. I hate how many videos on the channel I have where I'm just sitting there and I'm a talking head, which this is another one, but it's okay. We're 17 minutes into the recording and I'm wrapping up soon. Basically, I wanted to talk about how there's going to be a whole lot more activity on the channel this year. And there's going to be some very exciting projects that I'm looking forward to working on and sharing with all of you, and building out something that I'm can genuinely be proud of more than just in the moment. I feel like a lot of my videos I'm proud of the day I make them, the week that I make them, and then I go on to the next project, and the project I made before, just I don't like it anymore. I want to make something that I can put out, and I can look back months, years at the video and be like, man, that was a good video. I have a few of those, a few gems, but yeah. Other than that, nothing really much else to talk about. I know you guys just love it when I'm sitting here talking, but yeah, there's nothing else much for me to discuss. Oh, and if you do want to support in any way these projects coming out over this next year, as running through what I want to do with this graduation documentary, it's gonna be my first project where there's gonna be some overhead. So if you do want to support the channel, the upcoming projects, there's a link down below you can click, and there'll be more on that and more on the other series, Color Theory, which I touched on earlier, which will be also its own separate video. So there you go. There's our release ready 2 of videos of me. So while we're running close on 20 minutes and I've been talking for so long, thank you guys all so much for watching. See you guys on the next one. I really hope this video's focus was good enough, because if it's not, we're coming here for part 3.